Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is April 6, 2021, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of today, the surge continues and the rally continues as well. Dow Jones rallying to new record highs after that massive surge last week, but the rally continues. Now, no major economic event scheduled for today, but as we look at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, US dollar significantly weaker as the Dow Jones goes higher. That's the inverse relationship. Indices in terms of Dow Jones, it reaches new record highs as mentioned. And NASDAQ continues to bounce but doesn't show that glimmer. Okay, it may play catch up today. We're going to take a look at that as well. In terms of commodities, gold continues to rally in inflationary concerns and oil pretty much unchanged. Now, the stocks that went to new record highs yesterday was Microsoft and Facebook. And lastly, Bitcoin joins the upward momentum. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at a 4-hour chart of the Euro USD as we bottomed down yesterday at 1716, which was relatively a congestion area. If we look at a daily chart, you can see that a little bit clearer, that this was an area that was congested from before around this area that we saw in it a couple of times. Now we're higher about 100 pips from last Friday. Okay, a nice little move on the upside. Now we are hitting a little bit of a resistance at 1828, so just be aware of that. Now looking at the GBP USD, this was the one that was the strongest, and I kept on saying this. You want to trade the ones that are the strongest vis-a-vis the dollar, and it was always the GBP, and look at how much it rallied from yesterday, over 200 pips. And so that's to be expected. If the euro is going to rally 100 pips, the GBP is going to rally twice as much as that. So keep that ratio together, as you can see that. Now in terms of today's trading, there still has some room here to go higher in the GBP, whereas the euro looks like it's exhausting itself. So considering, at the levels that we're at, okay, especially with the dollar being beaten up because of the Dow Jones hitting record highs, we could see this extended rally continue for the GBP versus the USD. Now looking at gold, okay, as inflationary concerns may continue here, we're seeing an upside down minor head and shoulders. Okay, this would be one shoulder. Let's just highlight that a little bit clearer for you. That would be a shoulder, that would be the second shoulder, and this would be the head. And relatively, this is a bearish move. Okay, so this may have exhausted itself at this 1740-ish level, right below it. Okay, right at that level, and we may see this retrace later today. Okay, I don't want to celebrate that too quickly because, if we look at the volume, it's still descending volume as we're going higher. So it's giving me a couple of indications that may correct itself later today. Now jumping into the Dow Jones, hitting a high of 33,427. We're about 100 points, 150 points off of our highs from yesterday's rally. Okay, I'd like to see if this continues later today. I'd like to see some follow through in the markets. And if you look at all this, it is making a correctional move, as we speak. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, it did bounce, but not to its all-time highs. If we look at a daily, it's not at its highs. So this still may play catch up to 13,900-ish level, okay, as some of the stocks are making those highs. If we look at Facebook, there is the one, 306, flashing right 300 and then capitulating to 308 and then giving up $2. If we look at Microsoft, look at that. It's absolutely orbital, okay, going to 248 up from 236 earlier in the week. So that's a massive rally there. It's a gap up and go, showing some tremendous strength. Now, there will be profit taking, okay, especially in these areas, as we've seen this double in price from last year at the onset of the pandemic. We've actually doubled in price in Microsoft, okay. So looking at Amazon also followed through also on the 3,200. But if we look at the rotational stocks, okay, if we look at the big board stocks, if we look at the Dow Jones stocks, they didn't go higher. JP Morgan, just 153, didn't really trade higher. Alcoa not trading higher. Okay, so we're seeing that the market is rotating. Okay, I've mentioned this millions times before, is that money is being flowed into different things at different times. And right now it seems to be that everything is being flowed into high tech. But I'd like to see follow through. I'd like to see it continue going higher for that confirmation. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it joined the surge yesterday, going from 56,923. It looked like it was tapering off, but showed that strength and then continued higher. Now we are in a significant, again, we are in a significant resistance-ish area, but we made a higher low here. Okay, this 56,923 is considered a higher low here, and we may break this out on the 60,000. So something to consider going into today's trading. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.